I think it's fairly safe to say that it's time for a bit of catch up. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and this video is going to act as a bit of a it's going to be a bit of a video where I review movies that have long since left theaters, but I have not gotten a chance to review yet. I want to change that. So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing 3 movies, all of which are streaming on Peacock. I did not plan this symmetry, it's just how it happened. I'm going to be reviewing in this video The Bad Guys, The Northman, and The Outfit. I'll have timestamps in the description if you would like to skip to a particular one. And so with that out of the way, here we go. Going in alphabetical order, let's start off with The Bad Guys. This movie was directed by Pierre Perifel. I hope I'm saying that name right. He had a hand in animating movies such as Rise of the Guardians and Kung Fu Panda 2, and it is the latest from DreamWorks Animation Studios. It tells the story of a group of criminals, simply known as the Bad Guys. They get caught and are about to go to jail. However, a particularly philanthropic guinea pig decides to take them in for rehabilitation. I consider myself a fan of DreamWorks. I mean, my friend Jacob Martin and I, we have a podcast together called Discussing DreamWorks. So I am indeed a fan. However, I am not a blind fan. I've definitely noticed that DreamWorks has been at a bit of a lull, especially since they felt the need to create nothing but Boss Baby content. It has not been fun. However, I am safe to say that if The Bad Guys is proof of anything, DreamWorks is about to hit their stride again, if they haven't done so already. Firstly, and this is the biggest compliment I can give, the animation in this movie is awesome. It's kind of a mixture of what we've seen in movies like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, crossover with traditional DreamWorks animation. It's very animated. That's obvious, but it's very exaggerated, and I loved the style. The sequences are very chaotic, but there's not a real sense of losing track of any of the story. It's not distracting. 2 of my favorite sequences in the movie are the heist, the diamond heist, where the bad guys are arrested, and the ending, which I won't spoil for you, but the ending was particularly thrilling. The cast in this is stacked as well. You got Sam Rockwell, who, he's been good in most of the things that he's been in. You got Awkwafina, who I'm slowly starting to come around. I have actually liked her in more than a few movies, particularly The Farewell, but she is a lot of fun here as Tarantula. I could have sworn that the snake was voiced by Danny DeVito, but checking IMDb, it's actually Mark Maron, and I did not anticipate him, but he was surprisingly good in this too. Craig Robertson is good as the shark. Anthony Ramos is good as the piranha. Like, this crew is honestly quite fun, and they had a nice dynamic with each other. This is definitely a concept that you have seen before. The enemies who slowly want to turn to the light side of the Force. However, they've been so long on the dark side of the Force that they just don't know anything else. It's definitely something we've seen before. However, I still think that on the technical side, both in the voice acting department and the animation department, they're both so strong that any familiarity is blocked out. Overall, I'm going to give this movie a great rating. So far, this has been my favorite animated movie of the year so far, and I don't really see anything changing that for right now. Doing a quick check of IMDb, it's looking like we've got Strange World from Disney and Puss in Boots 3 coming down the pike, which I am looking forward to both of those, and I have still yet to see Apollo 10.5, though I really want to. However, as of sitting right here and now, this is my favorite animated movie of the year so far. I'm giving this a great rating. The Northman was directed by Robert Eggers, the director of movies such as The Lighthouse, my favorite horror movie of the 2010s, by the way, and the movie stars Alex Skarsgård, Ethan Hawke, and Nicole Kidman, among others. It tells the story of a young boy who turns into a man, played by Alexander Skarsgård. He is set to take over a Viking kingdom. However, the kingdom is taken from within by Fjolnir the Brotherless, played by Claes Bang, his uncle. So it's pretty much a Lion King situation. The boy is sent into the wild only to return with the mantra of, I will avenge you, father, I will save you, mother, I will kill you, Fjolnir. As soon as I saw this movie, it was my favorite of the year. Now, that has been usurped by Top Gun Maverick, but it has still remained in the top three. This movie is so metal, with the caveat of saying that I get why some people wouldn't like it. I've seen some reviews from people who were like, yeah, it just wasn't for me. I totally get that. However, for me, it was awesome. Alex Skarsgård is just a straight up beast in this movie. There are several scenes where I'm just like, well, Jesus, okay. That was badass. This character is just an unyielding piece of iron that is just not going to break for anyone. I love that spirit, and Skarsgård more than delivers that. Ethan Hawke really is not in the movie all that much. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but he's not in the movie all that much. However, it's Ethan Hawke, so yeah, he's really good. Willem Dafoe, again, not in the movie all that much, but he is suitably Willem Dafoe, so take of that what you will. And then there's Nicole Kidman, who almost steals the movie for me. There's something that happens in the movie, and again, I will not spoil it here, but basically, it's a twist, and at the time, I was thinking to myself, I don't know how to feel about that. But then the more I thought about it and marinated on it, it actually made sense. And Nicole Kidman more than sold it. She did a really good job here. And one more casting note is Anya Taylor-Joy. I've been a fan of hers for about a minute now, ever since I saw her in Split, and she is really good here as Alex Skarsgård's character's wife, or eventual wife. I love how this movie blends the brutality of the Viking Age with just general mysticism and spells and sorcery. It's a mixture that I love to see when I do see it, and that goes double here. There's definitely some stuff where you will be scratching your head if it is not for you, and again, I'm totally accepting of that if that is not your cup of tea, but for me, it is my brew, that is for sure. There is definitely some strange moments, like pretty much everything involving Willem Dafoe's character. There's a specific section of the movie for like a few minutes where young Alex Skarsgård, like Alex Skarsgård's character as a boy, Ethan Hawke and Willem Dafoe get high on some kind of drugs, and they act out this weird series of events. I can't even really describe it for you. You just have to see it for yourself. However, it's something where, like I said, I've seen some reviews where it's just a complete turnoff for people, and that's fine. But for me, I love this kind of stuff, man. It's like a put it right here. I'm going to give this movie an amazing grade, and the more I've thought about it, the better it has gotten. I do not appreciate what Robert Eggers said about like this movie bombing and how it was like the MCU's fault, because if he really looked at it, it was about Vikings and just general brutality, while the MCU has proven to be very family friendly. So you've got niche stuff versus for all ages. I'm kind of surprised Eggers didn't circle that square, but you know, do what you got to do, I guess. Check this movie out on Peacock if you have not. It is a work of art. And finally, let's wrap things up by talking about The Outfit. This is a movie I actually did not see in theaters. It just popped up on Peacock some time ago, and literally everyone was recommending this to me. Even Rachel from Rachel's Reviews saw this before me, and that almost never happens. So I finally sat down and watched it, and yeah, this movie was very good. This was directed by Graham Moore, who wrote the screenplay for The Imitation Game, a movie you should definitely check out if you haven't. And it tells the story of a man named Leonard, played by Mark Rylance. He operates a tailor shop in mid-1950s Chicago. But what you don't know is that the tailor is actually a front for the Chicago mob, or a branch of it. The son of the main gangster in the movie, named Richie, played by Dylan O'Brien, gets shot one night by the rival gang, the LaFontaines. And throughout the night, we see that Leonard is more skilled in the art of uh, being a gangster than he likes to let on. Mark Rylance has carved out a nice little niche for himself playing these older characters who are secretly like ahead of everyone else. That's pretty much all Mark Rylance plays. But he's won an Oscar doing this, so it's clearly working out for him. There's an air of mystery that constantly surrounds this character that intrigued me very much. And one of my main problems with the movie, and I'll cross that bridge when I get there, is the fact that they kind of unravel that slightly. Again, no spoilers, but I'll touch on that in a bit. But I like how the movie implies certain things, but never outright says what he truly does, at least until the ending. Zoe Dutch is really good as his assistant, Mabel. She's not in the movie all that much, but when she is there, she does have great chemistry with Rylance, and they have some pretty good scenes together. But I also love these kind of movies where there's clearly someone 3 steps ahead of everyone else, but you just love the relishing of the fact that this person is so ahead of everybody that you just love seeing him just kind of do this the whole time, like, yeah, play both sides against each other. This is working out in my favor. This movie is heavily reliant on twists and using those twists to create suspense. Now, 9 times out of 10, this works. And I guess this is a parlay into something is probably my biggest knock against this movie, the ending. Again, no spoilers. I'm not going to say what happens, but basically what the movie implies about the Mark Rylance character is pretty much confirmed by the end. And not going to lie, I found that a bit disappointing. I would have much rather if they kept that kind of ambivalent. Or not ambivalent, but ambiguous. I know my words that begin with am. But in the grand scheme of things, I am kicking myself that I did not see this movie in theaters. I'm going to give it a great rating. The ending did knock it down a couple points. However, on the whole, I really liked this movie. This is a very mid-budget period piece movie. Oh, so no wonder it didn't do well at the box office. But go out of your way to see it if you have not. But what did you think of The Outfit, or any of the movies I've discussed here? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And just one quick note, I want to shout out my good friend and podcast partner, Jacob Martin. He created my new intro for me. He really did not have to do that, but we were talking about it, and he just done and created it for me. So, Jacob, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means quite a bit to me. So you're number one in my book. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.